time I've been talking. I didn't even turn on my mic for the thing. Man, I am so sorry, Spreaker. They done sat there for about 14 minutes in silence. God damn it. God damn it. Right, I'm going to have to go in and cut that. Alright. But that's easy. You know what I'm saying? So, we're going to pour us some libations. Man, I just love that sound. For those on Spreaker that missed, I already posted it up on the Spreaker station. Check out, go to gum.co/Nguzo Saba challenge. I'm telling y'all, man, listen. We put a system together that will change your life. Well, my fault, you'll change your life because you just got to work the process. That's it. Just work the process. I'm not playing with you. When you start looking at the days differently, everything changes. Let me say that again. When you start looking at the days differently, when you start looking for your principles in the days, it goes down. All right, Jonathan Smith said, can you send me a case? I paid for it. Send me 2, please. 2 cases? Jonathan, hey, because I'm shipping. I'm working on that. I'm going to be shipping hopefully by early next week. So, 2 cases, though. Man. All right, Jonathan, we're going to have to talk. Lord have mercy. That was the plane. This the plane right here. Lord have mercy. Now, what I'm also doing for family out there, right? Because some of y'all are like me. You like, I can do it myself. I got scobies. Family. What that mean? I will teach you how to make your own. You see what I'm saying? Because this is what it's about, man. I'm about spreading health. I'm about making sure that my people get what they need. Now, I would love it if you purchase it from me. But if you want to learn how to do your own, you know, like I said, we can make arrangements for you to get a SCOBY. You get the SCOBY, I'll show you how to do it. Now, it won't come out as good as the ambrosia. I'm just saying, you know, I ain't going to tell you, I ain't going to give you all the secrets. You got to discover some of that shit yourself, right? But, hey, you still will get a powerful drink. It will provide you with the probiotics that you need to help you get your gut together. Because a lot of us got a lot of old, rusty, dingy, crusty shit in our stomachs that's just totally tearing up our lives, right? And this is one way to help you. All right. So we about to get in the folktale. What's up, Mosh? Why you keep peeking in on me? All right. All right, so here we go. This one is kind of long. It's called The Town Mouse and the... I want to make an announcement. August 21st, family. August 21st. There will be a major eclipse. A major eclipse. Make sure that you catch it. It's going to be visible in North America. That's where we are. Those of you that don't know, just call it where we at. Called North America. So I know a lot of y'all, you know. Some of y'all out there smoking that weed right now don't even understand what I'm talking about. A solar eclipse is when the sun is blocked. So in the middle of the day, it's going to get a little bit dark. And if you smoking some of that good shit, you gonna think it's the end of the world. I'm just trying to make sure y'all know in advance. All right. I want to thank Brother Tariq for sharing. I want to send shots out to Jonathan Work to Do Smith, who out there getting it, setting up his own businesses. I want to send out shots to Sister Monica for doing the financial piece far as getting us together and talking about how to make our money work for us rather than always getting out here and slaving for it. Now, to the folktale. Me. Me. All right, and he called in 614-556-4535. All right. A country mouse invited a town mouse, an intimate friend, to pay him a visit and partake of his country fare. As they were on the bare plowlands, eating their wheat stalks and roots pulled up from the hedgerow, the town mouse said to his friend, "You live here the life of the ants, while in my house is the horn of plenty. I am surrounded by luxury, and if you will come with me as I wish you would, you shall have an ample share of my dainties." The country mouse was easily persuaded and returned to the town with his friend. On his arrival, the town mouse placed before him bread, barley, beans, dried figs, honey, raisins, and last of all, brought a dainty piece of cheese from a basket. The country mouse, being much delighted at the sight of such good cheer, expressed his satisfaction in warm terms and lamented his own hard fate. Just as they were beginning to eat, someone opened the door, and they both ran off squeaking as fast as they could to a hole so narrow that the two could only find room in it by squeezing. They had scarcely begun their repast again when someone else entered to take something out of the cupboard. Whereupon the two mice were frightened than before, ran away and hid themselves. At last the country mouse, almost famished, said to his friend, "Although you have prepared for me so dainty a feast, I must leave you to enjoy it by yourself. It is surrounded by too many dangers to please me. I prefer my bare plowlands and roots from the hedgerows, where I can live in safety and without fear." That's the town mouse and the country mouse. I'm going to read it one more time just in case somebody want to call in, but that's a good one, because we just got done talking about people being comfortable, right? Being comfortable. Because I want you to listen to the town mouse. I want you to listen very clearly to this town mouse. Listen. A country mouse invited a town mouse, an intimate friend, to pay him a visit and partake of his country fare. As they were on their bare plowlands, eating their wheat stalks and roots pulled up from the hedgerow, the town mouse said to his friend, "You live here the life of the ants, while in my house, in the horn of plenty, I am surrounded by every luxury, and if you will come with me, as I wish you would, you shall have an ample share of my dainties." The country mouse was easily persuaded and returned to town with his friend. On his arrival, the town mouse placed before him bread, barley, beans, dried figs, honey, raisins, and last of all brought a dainty piece of cheese from a basket. The country mouse, being much delighted at the sight of such good cheer, expressed his satisfaction in warm terms and lamented his own hard fate. Just as they were beginning to eat, someone opened the door, and they both ran off squeaking as fast as they could to a hole so narrow the two could only find room in it by squeezing. They had scarcely begun their repast again when someone else entered to take something out of the cupboard. Whereupon the two mice, more frightened than before, ran away and hid themselves. At last the country mouse, almost famished, said to his friend, "Although you have prepared for me so dainty a feast, I must leave you to enjoy it by yourself. It is surrounded by too many dangers to please me. I prefer my bare plowlands and the roots from the hedgerows, where I can live in safety and without fear." Throw my damn lightning at. Fam, we about to go to class. We about to go to class. Now, I didn't read that before. I just got done finishing all the stuff I need to do for the Nguzo Saba challenge so that I can launch it. Right? And the major thing that stuck with me as I was looking at the challenge, all the stuff that I'm asking people to do for themselves, made me uncomfortable when I first started doing them. But as I started doing them, I started becoming better and better at them, so I started adding more things. And I'm going to continue adding things. And every morning you're going to see me doing my YouTube videos. Every week you're going to see me doing my podcast and my live streams, no matter how many people come. Why? Because it makes me uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? I get up in front of this camera. I don't know what I'm going to say. I don't know how it's going to go. I don't know who's going to call in. You know what I'm saying? I like putting myself in this position, right? Because I'm training myself to be in these positions. Because it's in these positions, in these uncomfortable positions, where we are able to move into another life. We are able to change who we are. Every day is an initiation. Every day is an initiation, brothers. Every day is an initiation, sisters. And we have to get up and we have to be able to face it. We got to be able to stand on our principles, and we got to be able to stand on who we are. We got to be comfortable in our own skin. It took me a long time to get comfortable being as dark as I am. I love it now. But it took me a long time, right? And I know some of y'all still struggling. You got to be comfortable in your own skin, right? And in a sense, promote, you know what I'm saying, be uncomfortable enough to let everybody know that in some form of fashion that, you know what I'm saying, you still feel good about yourself. Because as I get older, my body changes. I can't do all the stuff I used to do. So when I try to get out and run with the kids, I can't run as long, or I can't jump as high, or I can't do some of the things that I used to do with the young people. And I get uncomfortable, but then I have to learn smart ways to do it. Right? And it's the same thing with business. Many of us want safe ways to get rich. And I'm not telling you go out in the street and do that dumb shit. But most of us want to get rich. Most of us want to own a business, but we want to be safe. Most of us want to change our lives, but we want to be safe. Most of us want those cars and a new house, but we want to be safe. Family, no risk, no reward. And if you're going out and getting a risk and you don't feel challenged and you don't feel uncomfortable, then it's not really a risk. It's sort of like sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? If it don't hurt, it's not a sacrifice. And our ancestors teach us, those who are not willing to sacrifice will not be fulfilled. Now to this. So, we got a country mouse who lives in a big open place, lives in a hole in the earth, and he is made to believe that what he has is not good. He's made to feel uncomfortable about where he is because he got to get out and hustle every day, but he's able to eat. He's able to get his stuff done. He's made to believe that his life is hard. And he's promised that if he come with his friend, the city mouse, to the city, that he will be in the horn of plenty. He will be cast into a cornucopia of success. And they go, and it's not a lie. There's a lot of stuff around for him to take. Right? But the only problem is that the stuff that he's taking is not his. So every time the owner comes, he has to run. Now, family, we are the country mouse. No, my fault. We are the city mouse. Right? You know, we live in a horn of plenty until the master comes. Right? Any given time, the master open the cupboard and we got to scramble. Because we don't, you know what I'm saying? It's not ours. We didn't get out there and hustle it and dig it up like the country mouse did. We every time they open the cabinet doors, we got to react to them rather than them reacting to us. We got to run and scurry. Why? because it's not our cupboard. And the cupboard that we are in is not in our house. And the house that we are in is not on our land. The country mouse who was on his land, in his hole, right, was told and made to believe that what he had was not enough. He was made to believe that he could go somewhere and get something for nothing. And that's what a lot of us do. We fall into these scams. We fall into these. Why? Because a lot of us, we're coming from a country mouse perspective. We're trying to come from a country mouse perspective. But we're raised in the city. Right? Because I'm like, I know some of y'all like, well, the country mouse is comfortable, but really is he? The country mouse got to look all 4 ways before he come out his hole, because there's predators all around. The country mouse is living in constant fear, but he has time to grab his stuff and take it to his home to eat. Right? He don't have to worry about nobody opening the cupboard, because his cupboard is nature. So he could pull up and he could eat what he wants. But he was made to believe that was not enough. He was made to believe that was not enough. And that's sort of like, really when you think about it, that's like us. Being black is not enough. We got to apologize for being black. We the only people in the world that can be too much like us. Too much. You too black. You know what I'm saying? We the only people that could be too much us. It's too much. How is that possible? How can I be too black? Black as hell. How can I be too black? You know what I'm saying? If I talk about my culture, I'm being too black. If I'm bringing up the disparities in the society, I'm being too black. Fam, we got to start, you know what I'm saying? We got to start really, our ancestors left the answers for us. Right? We need to go back to the country. You know what I'm saying? That mouse, although he was living a simple life, he was living his life. The city mouse is living the life of the owner of the house. Many of you are living the life of the owner of the house. Many of you are imitating the owner of the house rather than getting the fuck out and building your own so that you could be yourself, so that you can have your own damn cupboards. You know what I'm saying? What do I mean by when they open the cupboards, we got to scurry? Every last one of us probably sitting right here right now. When the police pull up behind us, just going on about their business, we check in the mirrors. Why? Because the cupboard just was open. You walk into a situation, into a place that's not of your own or not of your people, and somebody start talking about something missing, you know all eyes is coming on you. And even if the eyes don't come on you, you might check your pockets just to make sure you didn't snatch some shit because you believe the myths that's been told about you. Stop it, City Mouse. Stop it, City Mouse. You know what I'm saying? You sitting up here living the city lifestyle in a horn of plenty, and you can never sit down and enjoy your meal. And if you get your meal, you got to steal that shit, just like the City Mouse. Really, a lot of us got friends like this. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers be balling. They be at the club buying shit, blah, blah, blah. Then that cabinet door open, them motherfuckers got scurried. Right? They trying to convince you that the lifestyle that they live in, stealing shit from other people, is the lifestyle to live. Isn't that what we doing? Cheating each other and shit, robbing from each other? Come on, fam. We much bigger than that. We much better than that. We much greater than that. Right? We need to stop falling. We need to stop falling for the bullshit. The bullshit is that you're not enough. This is about you. This folktale is about you. The country mouse was made to believe that what he had and the way he was not enough. But he was able to go to the city and find out that shit, his life was good. Some of y'all got good lives and don't even realize it. Some of y'all got good spouses and don't even realize it. Some of y'all got excellent careers and don't even realize it. Because you caught up in the country, in the city mouses whispering in your damn ear. Trying to make you believe that what you got is not enough. Man, this ambrosia good. I'm sorry. I know. Ain't none of this going to waste tonight. This bottle one, right? I have to do my ambrosia commercial. The bottles, when you brewing, you start finding out that different shapes of bottles do different things, right? The status quo, that's right. That's right. See, but it would be okay if we were striving for a status quo that was set by us. See, the city mouse was living a status quo that was set by somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And think about the stress on the city mouse. And think about the stress on you. You know what I'm saying? You able to window shop. Isn't that what the city mouse was doing? He was window shopping. Because he never had an opportunity to really enjoy or indulge in the lifestyle that he was bragging about. And that's what a lot of us do. We think that because we go and buy champagne at the bar, you know what I'm saying, that we're living the lifestyle. But we're not. You know what I'm saying? We're not living the lifestyle of the wealthy. See, a lot of us have been fooled into believing that wealth is an individual acquisition. You can acquire wealth on your own. You can't do that on your own. This is why I keep on. If you look at the Rockefellers, if you look at you look at all the wealthy groups, their families, and in those families are other families. There are groups of wealthy people. You can't be wealthy and have a bunch of broke cousins. It don't work like that. You can't be rich, you can't be wealthy and have a bunch of broke neighbors. It don't work like that. Wealth is a community thing. Wealth is a nation thing. Wealth is a tribe thing. And until we realize that, until we start really changing our mind and start putting the focus where it needs to be, right? That's why I'm always talking about self-mastery, right? Because it don't matter how much money we get. If our mind is not right, it ain't gonna work. If our spirit ain't right, it ain't gonna work. If our emotions is fucked up, it ain't gonna work. If our body is unhealthy, we gonna have to get that shit back. And if our intuition is messed up, we will never be able to make any more money. We got to align the 5 parts of who we are. And stop letting people talk us. That city mouse talked him out of his mind. Talked him out of his mind. Right? Then he went to the city and started losing health. Because I want you to think about this. When he was in the city, he started losing wealth. Brother Tariq say, because we measure our success by white man's standards, then we become guilty and apologetic to master because we have built our life based on the American dream. When it don't line up with the master, I got to push to see more. I hope I don't push the wrong thing, because y'all know I'm still learning. Measure of success. Boss expects it, boom, 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 line up with the master. So we pick up the slave's mentality and start doing what boss expects instead of living by our own measure of success. Our ancestors that died in the Black Wall Street Holocaust understood this principle. It's better to die with your own shit rather than die on somebody else's property. I mean, think about this. You die and the motherfucker got to bury you on your land. Your children got to bury you on your own land. Family. It's a whole world out here. And we the only ones. Look at some of the shit we comfortable with. We comfortable with living in communities without borders. Y'all want to see what international trade will do for America? What open borders will do for America? All you got to do is look in the black community. Anyone, pick one. Open borders. You can come in and set up a manure shop. Right? Or open borders. You know what I'm saying? Because what we got, we don't believe is enough. We don't believe it's enough. Like, for example, like people like Brother Hotel. Nguzo Saba challenge is a good idea, but why don't you call it something else? Because you want to diversify. Fuck that. Why I say fuck that? I want to be clear with y'all. This is why I say fuck that, right? Because there's more than enough of my people, no more than enough people that's thinking like this, or at least trying to think like this, where we could build businesses up on that shit. Now, if other people want to join in on the Nguzo Saba challenge, I welcome you with open arms. But I put this together specifically for mine. Why? Because you got all these motivational speakers, you got all these self-help coaches, you got all these people out here, but none of them are really focused on us, on you. I said, fuck it. Gye-Nyame journey is about me motivating my people to do what they need to do. We could talk a little bit about history, but I'm more about actions. I'm more about finding out what your why is. I'm more about getting you to start putting actions in place, as well as doing some study. If it's all study, it's no good. That's one of, if the mind is ruling and everything else is down, it makes no difference. Because I know some very bright motherfuckers that are very emotionally unbalanced. They're geniuses, but they're emotionally unbalanced. I know some very bright, studious motherfuckers who body is totally tore up. I know some very conscious and wide open individuals who's spiritually is fucked up. And let me tell you how to measure spirituality. We measure spirituality. You can measure spirituality because I listen, and you're getting this from Brother Hatim. Spirituality is about relationships. Let me say that again. Spirituality is about creating and maintaining relationships. What do you mean, Brother Hatim? Isn't your whole spiritual concept about developing a relationship with the Creator? Does it not include getting relationships with the ancestors? Is it not? You know what I'm saying? It's all about creating relationships. I'm giving it up for free. Giving it up for free. Right? You want to see what somebody is spiritually? See what type of relationships they got. How many people do they have as friends that will come to their aid regardless? You know? Spirituality. Right? So I know some people that's very intellectual, but spiritually they fucked up. I'm saying, family, we got to line all of them up. Because it's time for us to start knocking motherfuckers out. It's time for us to start knocking motherfuckers out. And I ain't just talking about with this fist. I'm talking about with the fist of who you are. People, family, listen. Ever since I started doing these daily toasts and celebrating my personal ancestors. See, I'm sharing stuff with you. I've been doing this shit for years. Most of the people on my timeline, those of you that are listening, most of the people on my timeline can attest that if I haven't been anything else in my life, I have been consistent. I have been doing this. I have been studying. I have been sitting at the feet of my elders. I have been reading books. I have been writing books. I have been listening to lectures for years. And I put in my goddamn work, is what I'm trying to tell you. Right? So all this stuff that I'm trying to get to y'all, right? I'm saying, listen, fam, it's right here. Get it. It's yours. You understand what I'm saying? It's yours. That's why, like I said, in Nguzo Saba Challenge, once again, go to gum.co. It's totally free. You don't have to pay no money. I'm giving you copies of my books. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving you videos. I'm providing you a space where you get support. But the only thing I'm asking you is that if you're going to take the challenge, know that you're going to be uncomfortable. And get comfortable with being uncomfortable. When you start feeling satisfied where you are, that's when we're wrong. As black people, we're satisfied where we are. That's why we can't move. That's why we can't organize. Now, let me tell you where I got this from. Sorry, because, I'm going to get back to the book. I got this from in The Godfather. They say, keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer. How do you keep your enemy close to you? You provide for your enemy. You make your enemy comfortable. You make your enemies very existence. Their very existence depend on you living. Then they are no longer an enemy. As a matter of fact, they got to look out for you in order for them to get. And that's exactly what's been done to us. They made us comfortable. Our enemies are watching us by making sure that we have just enough to survive. Just enough so I can sit on my ass and get on my cell phone. Just enough so I can have cable TV. Just enough. Right? And we became comfortable with that shit. Just like that city mouse. The city mouse go to the cupboard. He got raisins. He got almonds. He got cheese. He got bread. He got everything that a mouse could desire, but every time he get ready to eat it, he got to run for his life. That's you. That's we. That's me. It's time for us to get our own goddamn cupboard, family. It's time for us to really start building. Now, speaking of that, shouts out to Sister Jill. Shouts out to Sister Jill. We have an event coming up at Millennium Community School Friday and Saturday. It's only $20. The brother that's coming in Kesa, he come from the Aya Institute of Learning, Aya Learning Institute. The brother is the bomb. I interviewed him last week on the show. If you missed it on my Ojima show or Tribal Quotes, I interviewed him last week. I might need to try to call him and get him on here again tomorrow, because this is the problem I'm having. We got somebody who is nation building, who has built a school, has an online school, has an actual base where the kids meet, right? Actually has a nice following where he is, and people won't even come out. You know what I'm saying? We won't get off our asses. We won't give up the liquor for one weekend. $20. This dude is going to do a workshop for 2 to 3 hours Friday night and go all day Saturday, trying to make sure that we got everything we need. We got motherfuckers out here right now complaining about the education system. And he's bringing you a model on how you can educate your children. But no, like that country mouse, you just comfortable right now. You know what I'm saying? You comfortable with your heart rate being up. You're comfortable being stressed. You're comfortable being overweight. You're comfortable being unhappy. You know what I'm saying? And I am telling you from this day on, miss me with that shit. Miss me. Right? I ain't got no time for it no more. This is why. Right? Because our ancestors have laid out the way for us. It's right there in their writings. Right? Because this is the point. This is the question that I got to ask all my historians out there, right? Who was the Egyptian studying? We scream about Kemet. What was their history class? Who was they studying? How about the Nubians? You know what they were studying? They were studying action, goddammit. Yeah, they were studying action. See, because we want to big up the priest. You know what I'm saying? And most of y'all couldn't even live a priest's existence at all. You see what I'm saying? Priests rare, right? They separate themselves from society, right? They went into the temples and shit and they studied. And they came out and they became masters and they started teaching the lay people, right? And it was the lay people that made Kemet great. Super weekend events at Millennium Community School Friday, April 7th and 8th, $20 for 5 workshops. Could you put up the brother's name and his website, please? See, we spent all this time studying See, I used to fall out with people about this, right? Because I'm like, dude, if we ain't doing shit, I don't even need to be sitting. I don't want to sit here and study with you. I can read a goddamn book by myself. I can discuss the book as I'm walking or smoking weed when I'm smoking weed with somebody. I can have a drink. You know what I'm saying? I have more educational conversation with my elders without a book, right? Than most of you motherfuckers sitting in groups just sitting around mentally ejaculating and shit, trying to out top a motherfucker with a deep thought. Our ancestors were into building. Our ancestors were into actions. They didn't ask where and when. They asked how and why. Y'all into the what's, where, and when's. See, on that end of the spectrum, you will always remain broke and always remain fucked up. See, and also, let me say this. Family, y'all gonna miss me with the Black Power retirement account. Because I know how you motherfuckers roll. Excuse my language. I know some of y'all gonna be mad at me. I know how you motherfuckers roll. I see how y'all do our elders. Right? I see how y'all do our elders. And I get so motherfucking mad when I think about it, man. Because listen, I done seen my elders die broke. Right? And everybody come to the funeral and crying. Nobody was going to see him when he was alive. You claim he was your teacher and you ain't do shit for him when he was alive, but read a book with him. You ain't drop him no bread. God damn it. Y'all gonna miss me. Y'all can miss me with that shit too. I don't want the Black Power or the Black Nationalist retirement account. You know what I'm saying? We got the bill. Right? This is why, I got some young people around me that might be mad at me now because I'm, if they're not doing shit fast enough for me, I get out and do that shit myself. Dude, listen, we don't have time. See, and this is the piece. We're comfortable and we think that we have time, and our kids think that they have time because we've been telling them shit like, you got plenty of time. Nah, we got to change up the conversation. We got to change up the story. We got to change up the story. We need to do our young people like Hannibal did Hannibal. Took him to the coast and said, you see that land over there? Them motherfuckers is our enemies. And they're striving to take everything away from you. And for the last 100 years, they have tried to oppress us, and we have fought them. And it is your birthright. It is your responsibility crush them motherfuckers. We got to have these man and woman conversations with our young people. Hannibal heard that and took it and ingrained it in himself. Unfortunately, the other parents I lost my train of thought. Where was Hannibal at, y'all? Come on, Carthage. The other parents wasn't doing that. It don't do good if I'm getting Cleve ready, but then he got a bunch of Rudy Poops as his partners. You know what I'm saying? As soon as Cleve is out their sight, they doing something else. Or the same with Cleve. If he a Rudy Poop, you know what I'm saying? We got to keep it real. We got to start evaluating. You know what I'm saying? We got to get rid of some of these country mice. Some of you country mice need to go. Matter of fact, that's going to be my theme next week. Country mouse. Don't be a city mouse. You city mouse. You know what I'm saying? Sitting up here flaunting and soon as the IRS call you over, you know what I'm saying? Everything in your mama's name. Bragging about it. I ain't got shit in my name. Y'all ever heard somebody do that? I ain't got nothing in my name. Wow. And that's a badge of honor in our community. And you wonder why we don't have borders. I ain't got shit in my name. I got books. I got bills. I'm trying to get everything in my goddamn. I want everything in my. I won't, you know what I'm saying? What would make me the proudest is that I have enough shit that my kids start trying to fight over when I die. I want them mad at each other, right? Until they read my will, right? I want them mad. I want them so mad. I want them even fighting over my goddamn books. See, this is how we need to leave our kids. We need to lead them with something. So we need to live a life that's going to leave them something. Unlike the city mouse. You know what I'm saying? Because city mouse basically had a job, and you can't pass that on. Country mouse owns some shit. And y'all, hey, fam, I'm trying to tell you. The time is now. So I'm going to put up the Nguzo Saba challenge. Like, share, take the link. Even if you don't do it, if you don't hear it, all three of y'all. Look, take the link, share it. Right? Share it. The Nguzo Saba challenge. The whole piece. I'm working on all five parts of the being. Right? All five parts. Making a fist. Right? Leave a legacy. That's our responsibility, man. When you start looking at it, when you start looking at life like that, it's a whole lot different. Right? Your hustle shift up. You see what I'm saying? I mean, I'm in the age group where I got young hustlers dying on me. And these motherfuckers were balling when they was alive. But all of a sudden I'm hearing that motherfuckers got to scrape money together to bury these niggas. That makes sense to anybody? Is that just me? I'm just old now. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't understand that shit. Can somebody please explain that to me? How the fuck could you be at the club spending thousands of dollars every week, right? Rolling around with rims. You die. Your mama and them got to raise money to bury you. Where's the nation building in that? Where the warriorship in that? I'm sorry. Let me get back on the story and then I'm gonna let y'all go. So, we got two mices. One from the country, one from the city. The city mouse come and visit the country mouse. Dogs the country mouse the stuff out. So bad that the country mouse want to come and be with him because the city mouse says, I live in a horn of plenty. But he don't tell the country mouse how he gets his plenty. When he gets there, and I've been in this situation. I done went places with people who told me, oh man. And it was good for the first 15 minutes. And after that I was praying, trying to get home. Trying to tell you, family, it's real. But hey, it's approaching the 10 o'clock hour. I'm going to post up this thing, this Nguzo Saba challenge. Read it, check it out. It's free. Everything on it is free. Right? I know black folks don't like to spend no money, especially when it comes to developing yourself. So I developed a packet that I'm guaranteeing that after you take the 21 days and go through it, you're going to come back and break some bread. You're going to come back and get one of my books. That's how sure of this shit I am. So I'll give it away right now. Process is real, y'all. All right. I'm going to post it up. One more again. I'm going to post up two of them. gum.co/Nguzo Saba. I'll be sharing this tonight. Challenge. Ladies, get your man in it. Men, get your ladies in it. I ain't fucking around. I'm changing lives. I'm building tribe. You know what I'm saying? I'm building tribe. When you come out just out of 21 days, you going to be speaking another language. I ain't talking about where you going to be, you know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about Chinese or Swahili, no shit like that. But you're going to understand reality in a different way. You're going to understand yourself in a different way. So like I said, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. All right. And some of y'all, I see y'all tomorrow on Ujima. I'm throwing down on tribal quotes. But then again, I hope to see a lot of y'all on Friday, right? Come get this real, because homeboy coming from a perspective that you're going to be able to walk away with the information to keep it. He comes with stories. He's doing a workshop on Harriet Tubman, the story of Harriet Tubman, and how to use it to build up yourself and others. He's coming to do a workshop on Afrocentric education, how to set it up, how to do it, how to plug into other networks, how to educate your own kids. He's doing one on relationships. 5 workshops for $20, and he coming all the way from Atlanta, and I got enough room for about 300 of y'all. 300. I don't even know if we broke 100 yet. Be prepared for more workshops, fam. But yo, this is Brother Hatem. I want to thank all of y'all that's listening now and all those that'll be listening later. Because I might, I guess the only way I'm going to get 100 people is if I get shot like Tupac, right? I got to go get shot again in order for people to really listen to what the fuck I got to say, right? But I'm avoiding that as much as possible. So, hey, I want to thank all of y'all. I love all of y'all, right? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, family, for giving me the time. Thank you for stopping in for the moments, because I know all your time is precious, right? The thing I want to do is help you make your time, not nobody else's. You on your time, right? It's Brother Hatem. I'm saying peace and